Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. So we're going to start, inshallah, we resume with the Riyadus Saliheen. The last hadith that we studied, or the last two hadith, were about one about the reward of of reading the Quran. Do you remember the hadith about each letter will count as one hasana and each hasana is multiplied 10 times? And the other hadith is about the heart of the one who doesn't read Quran. Do you remember that hadith? The one who doesn't recite Quran is like what?
It's like a date.
Like al-bayt al-kharib, right? Al-bayt al-kharib. So, إن الذي ليس في جوفه شيء من القرآن كالبيت الخرب. So the one who has no portion of Quran in his heart, doesn't recite, doesn't memorize, like the ruined house. Okay, now we have a habit of some Muslims. Many of them memorize Quran when they are young, but they don't revise and review the Quran, so they forget many of it. Okay, so this hadith is one of the hadith that will motivate us to review and revise the Quran so we don't forget it. We'll keep it with us. So the chapter is Al-Amr bi Ta'ahud al-Quran. So ordering the recitation of the Quran regularly and warning against forgetting it. Bismillah. أبي موسى عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال تعاهدوا القرآن تعاهدوا القرآن فوالذي نفسي بيده لهو أشد تفصيا أو تفلتا من الإبل في عقولها, reported by Imam al-Bukhari. The Messenger صلى الله عليه وسلم said, the translation, it is a bad thing that some of you say, I have forgotten such and such verse of the Quran, for indeed he has been caused to forget it. So you must keep on reciting the Quran because it escapes from the hearts of men faster than the camels do when they are released from their robes. So the Quran is easy to be forgotten if somebody doesn't recite and review and revise the Quran always. Can you say it, Musa, again in Arabic and Maher in English?
حديث أبي موسى عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال تعاهدوا القرآن فوالذي نفسي بيده لهو أشد
تفصيا أو تفلتا
من الإبل في
عقولها. Okay.
أخرجه
البخاري. Okay, Maher.
The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has said, narrated by Abdullah radiallahu anhu.
Okay, it is.
It is a bad thing that some of you say, I have forgotten such and such verse of the Quran. For indeed, he has been caused to forget it. So you must keep on reciting the Quran because it escapes from the hearts of men faster than the camels do when they are released from their robes.
Reported by Al-Bukhari. So imagine that somebody brings his camels. Usually they tie them with the ropes, and he comes to a marketplace, to a masjid, to a new area, and he doesn't tie up the camels. After 1 hour, what will happen to these camels?
Gone.
They will be gone, scattered everywhere. So the ayat of the Quran, if they are not tied together always by revising and reading them regularly, then they will disappear. And that disappear, it starts with mixing the ayat. So the first step when somebody mixes the ayat, instead of ta'malun, ya'malun, for example, forgetting an ayah, what is next he forgets, or skipping an ayah, or changing one word. So then the next step will be forgetting more and more until somebody forgets much of the Quran. And in another hadith, the Messenger ﷺ warns people from forgetting. He says one of the worst sins is to forget an ayah from the Quran. And why it is forbidden to forget? Why it is a bad sin? Why? Anyone can guess? Why it is a bad sin to forget the Quran? Okay, let me make it easy for you a little bit. If Allah helps somebody who memorizes the Quran and He facilitates that, He makes it easy for somebody to memorize Quran, is that something good for him or not?
Yes.
Is it a gift from Allah?
Yes.
Yes. Now, okay, if somebody forgets now, why it is a bad sin? Because
It's
Musa,
not being thankful for the gift.
not being thankful to the gift. Okay.
Because kind of the same thing, but because Allah like yeah.
Okay. Let me tell you something. If somebody, yes, Musa.
It's like the shirk, like Allah give you like health and everything and all that. Then at the end, like you just go disbelieve. Like it won't be like affecting him, but like still, like it's kind of like
Yes, disbelief is the worst sin after somebody knowing the
it's
truth.
just an example.
Yes, knowing the truth. But imagine in our worldly life, imagine that you know that this is a valuable gift and you buy it and you gift it to somebody. Okay, you gift it to one of your friends and he doesn't appreciate it. Just he throw it on a table, or for example, you visit him after 1 week and you find it outside and like broken. So will you be happy that you gifted him something very precious and he's careless, just throwing it here and there, and after 1 week it is broken? You see, you will feel you like hurt, right? You say he's not like appreciating what I'm giving him, right? You give somebody something and he's not appreciative. Now, when Allah gives you the Quran, it is like an amazing gift. And the best thing to do is to appreciate the gift of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, another hadith also repeated here. إنما مثل صاحب القرآن عن ابن عمر رضي الله عنه أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال, the Messenger صلى الله عليه وسلم said, إنما مثل صاحب القرآن كمثل صاحب الإبل المعلقة إن عاهد عليها أمسكها وإن أطلقها ذهبت. The example of the person who memorizes the Quran by heart is like the owner of tied camels. If he keeps them tied, he will control them. But if he releases them, they will run away. So to keep the Quran under control, under your memorization, then you have to keep it. Now, how often you should revise? What do you think? Is it every day to review everything you memorized, even if it is big or small or portion, or at how long?
Like maybe each month
Mhm.
go over the whole Quran.
So, what if somebody just memorizes 10 surahs? Tell him just like once a month.
Yeah. Yes.
Once a month.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, if somebody memorizes just a small ayat, short surahs,
Yeah.
the advice is try to read them every day if you can. If not, every 2 days. If not, every 3 days. So when you stand in salah, for example, or in the morning or in the evening, you choose the time. So you memorize as much, you review as much as you can until you finish them. For example, like every day 5 minutes, then over 1 week you'll be done with them. Every week. If you cannot do that, then every 2 weeks. But the maximum is 1 month. Every 1 month you have to go over all of the surahs that you memorize. Even if you memorize the entire Quran, 1 month, a juzu every day. If you read one juzu every day, then you will finish the entire Quran in 1 month. So that's easy. And when you memorize the Quran, you will be fast in reciting it, easier for you. Just 20 minutes, half an hour every day to appreciate the gift of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to take all of these hasanat. Each letter is multiplied 10 times. This is the minimum, and it will go beyond that. Okay, how to recite the Quran? Let us read two hadith here. The Messenger ﷺ advises us to beautify our Quranic recitation, to make it as beautiful as possible. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه أنه كان يقول قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لم يأذن الله لشيء ما أذن لنبي أن يتغنى بالقرآن يريد يجهر به. Narrated by Abu Huraira, the Messenger صلى الله عليه وسلم said, Allah doesn't allow for anything as He allows the Prophet to recite the Quran in a nice, singing, pleasant tone. The narrator said it means reciting it aloud. So to beautifying it and to saying it aloud. Musa, can you read it again in Arabic? قال رسول الله.
قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه
محمود.
وسلم لم يؤذن
لم يأذن الله
لم يأذن الله لشيء ما أذن للنبي أن يتغنى بالقرآن يريد.
بالقرآن. That's it. That is like the narrator. Yeah. ماهر.
Allah, already Allah. I mean,
Allah Azza wa Jal.
Allah does not allow for anything as He allows the Prophet ﷺ to recite the Quran in a nice, singing, pleasant tone.
Okay. Now, singing and beautifying the voice, does it mean to follow tajweed or without tajweed?
With
Yes.
With tajweed. So it's very important to learn the tajweed of the Quran and beautifying it. Sometimes you'll find some people who don't know how to recite the tajweed, and they apply the tajweed and just they are singing it. And by the way, this is a bad habit that will appear towards the end of the time. The Messenger ﷺ predicted, prophesied that towards the end of the time, people will ask some people to lead them in salah, and they will ask the one who has the most beautiful voice, but his Quranic reading is not good, and his understanding and even his heart is not good. Just they want him to lead the salah, and they will tell him, sing for us, recite for us the beautiful words. So this is, a group of people in the future, they will do it. They will appreciate the voice that is very beautiful, but from someone who doesn't apply the tajweed, and from someone who is not good in iman and taqwa. So he's not a person of reputation, a person of taqwa and iman. Just they want, sing for us, lead the salah, let us enjoy it as if it is, music. However, the recitation that is required, that is needed, is to beautify the heart, to make it more influential on you, has more impact. And some reciters, qaris, mashallah, when they recite the ayat of al-Jannah, they recite it in a pleasant tone, a very nice tone that makes you like look forward to Jannah. And when they recite the ayat of adab, the punishment and hellfire, they will recite it in a tone that will make you like feel angry. Sorry, get you scared from the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, the last hadith. عن أبي موسى رضي الله عنه. عثمان يريد عربي. عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال له أبو موسى, the messenger صلى الله عليه وسلم told أبو موسى الأشعري, يا أبا موسى لقد أوتيت مزمارا من مزامير آل داود. O Abu Musa, you have been gifted with a voice as nice as that of the family of Dawood, reported by Al-Bukhari. عثمان عن النبي
عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال
له
له يا يا
أبا
يا أبا موسى لقد أوتيت
مزمارا.
بمزمارا من مزامير آل داود.
Maher, can you say?
Okay. Oh, Abu Musa, you've been gifted with a voice that is as nice as that of the family of David.
No, reported by Bukhari. So what happened? Abu Musa al-Ash'ari is from the people of Yemen. He had very beautiful recitation. One day, the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam listened to him at night. He was praying and he listened to him. The next morning, when he went to the masjid, the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam told him that you did not see me listening to your recitation last night. So the Messenger went to his house, to the area where he was, to listen to his recitation. His voice was very beautiful among the Sahaba. So his name is Abu Musa al-Ash'ari. So if somebody asks you, like, who among the Sahaba has very beautiful voice, you say Abu Musa al-Ash'ari, number one. So, and the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, "O Abu Musa, لقد أوتيت مزمارا." You have been given a tone and a nice voice like the family of Dawood, like the Sayyidina Dawood. Sayyidina Dawood has very beautiful voice. He used to recite the Zabur, and mountains and birds would echo his recitation, would recite with him because of the beautiful voice that he had. Abu Musa al-Ash'ari, what did he say to the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Can you guess? He said to Allah's Messenger, had I known that you were listening to my recitation, I would even beautify it more. I would even beautify it more. So it is recommended when you recite the Quran that try to recite in a very beautiful voice. To learn the tajweed, and number two, to recite the Quran in a beautiful voice. Now, this is more rewarding, and it has an impact on you and those who are listening to your recitation. والله تعالى أعلم وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد جزاكم الله كل خير